An entirely new realm of skincare is coming. An entirely new realm of skincare is coming, and these women experienced it firsthand.
I'm so happy. People say I'm looking younger. Hello? I love that. I have had comments, things like, wow, are you doing something different with your skin?
It is going to revolutionize my business. I think it's going to be one of those things that we set the tone and then everyone else is going to follow.
I want it to be on the market soon. As soon as we can get it on the market. That's what I'm excited about.
We already have a great reputation, but it just makes us even more credible, more competitive, more relevant in today's market.
When I added this in, definitely I feel like it elevated the results. I'm a little addicted to this product.
This stuff works. It really works. I don't have to figure out if it works. It works.
It's going to be life-changing. Not only for us, but for the people using it. I'm so excited for my customers, for my consultants to use this product. It's just going to be wow. Wow. Super wow.
Now it's your turn to experience the next level of skincare at Mary Kay.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Gotta make sure everyone's here. Hey, so if you're joining us, make sure you comment. Let us know that you're here. We're gonna be watching the comments. Yay, yay, yay. We're gonna do a quick intro in case you don't know some of the faces. We're hoping that you know and love all of our faces. So I am Erica Goodman Osborne. I live in St. Joe, Michigan, and I've been building my business since 2008. Cheryl.
Hi, I'm Cheryl. Honestly, I live in the Chicago area, and I've been building my business over 35 years.
My name is Taina Rodriguez Encarnacion. I live in Chicago, Illinois, with my 3 teenage sons, and my husband. And I started my business 11 years ago, and I'm loving it.
Taina, I wish I sounded as sexy as you when I say my name, but I don't. So I'm 27, and I live in New York, Illinois, and I have been with Mary Kay 20 years.
Hey guys, I am Christy Mathry. I live in Lisbon, Illinois with my husband and our 4 kids, and I started my business in 2003.
Hi, I'm Kathy Wickler. I live in Byron, Illinois. I started my Mary Kay business 29 years ago this month, yay! And I'm married to Carrie, and we have 3 grown children and married children and 5 grandkids.
Awesome. I am Vicki Thomas, and I live in Marseilles with my husband and our 2 kids, and I have been with Mary Kay for 21 years. Crazy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Celine Dennis, and I live in DeKalb, Illinois with my significant other. And I have 1 grown daughter, and I've been building my business for 35 years.
So awesome. Okay, so we're going to give you a rundown real quick of what we're going to do. I muted everyone. We had some background. But how fun is it? We have 53 people watching. Isn't that so exciting? So here's what we wanted to put together for you all. The directors got together, and we know that you all are going to be earning your bling badges. We're going to tell you a little bit more about that, where you can learn all of the scientific, all the details that you need to know about this product that's coming out. But we thought the best way to learn about it is from people who've been using it. And so that's what we put together for you tonight, is just a training from real life people that you know and their experiences with it and what they've gone through with their skin with it, because we've had it for so long. So really, that's what we're going to talk about all of this. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information, and I'm going to remove everyone. They're all going to come back, I promise. And I'll give you a little information, and then we're going to pull up our director. So I'm actually reading from the facts page about this, right? So here's what we're talking about. Is everyone ready, right? It's the Clinical Solutions. This is what it looks like. If you haven't seen it yet, the unboxing of it, right? This is how it looks when you order it from the company. There's 2 pieces with it. Can you guys see it? Oh, I'm doing it upside down. Wonderful, right? Okay, so you have the retinol, the Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.5, and then there's a milk that you're going to hear everyone talking about. This is what it looks like, right? I'm going to show you what the lookbook, in case you haven't seen it yet. Here's the lookbook that's going to be coming out, because all you are smart businesswomen and you registered your clients, you enrolled them in PCP. We're going to be talking about a lot about the weeks and what they've done each week and this tracking. The beautiful thing is that in the lookbook, your clients will have a tracker. There's a tracker that they've included. So we want to make sure you knew about that. Okay, really quick. The Clinical Solutions is what they're calling as dermal cosmetics. I know, weirdo names, but we're going to learn about it, right? Dermal cosmetics is the intersection of products with both beauty benefits and dermological benefits. The growth in dermacosmetics reflects the evolving role of the cosmetics industry in helping consumers achieve improved skin health. Today, Mary Kay scientists know more than ever about why and how the skin ages. This knowledge, as well as greater demand for high efficacy ingredients, has led Mary Kay to develop these new products targeted at specific skin concerns. Now, again, all of these details are found on Mary Kay In Touch, where you can earn bling badges. And I know that some of you have already earned it. So let us know in the comments if you've already earned your bling badge, right? For when we go to events again, there'll be a bling badge. You can put it on your website that you've done the portal and all of the tests and the questions of this, right? However, we really want to dig in and hear from the directors who've been using this product. And each of the directors you just saw are going to tell us about their experience. So first up is going to be Celine. I'm going to pull her up. She's going to tell us all about her experience.
I just love my experience with using this new product. First of all, I have to commend Mary Kay for giving us such thorough, detailed instructions. And I highly encourage you to read the instructions very carefully. I actually kept the instructions in my bathroom so that I would be able to keep on track with it. I read everything very thoroughly first. I use the Time-Wise Repair Set, and when I started using the retinol product, they encourage you week 1 and week 2 to dilute the retinol product with the milk. So I just did my Time-Wise Repair, and I just did as exactly what they said to do with the retinol diluted. And then week 3 and week 4, I started to introduce, I believe, my charcoal mask. But week 3 and 4, they still just have you use the retinol product once a week and then use the milk on top of it. And so then I just used only my Time-Wise Repair. By the time week 5 came along, the instructions were that you could use the milk as needed. I did not need to use the milk at all anymore, and I reintroduced into my regimen my skin vigorating brush, my microdermabrasion, and also my Serum Plus C. And now the last few weeks, because we as directors have been using it really for, since early mid-September, now I'm using the retinol product every night. And I've been using all my products, of course, with it for several months now. I've had no problems. I absolutely love the results, the firmness, the skin tone. And so now, like I said, I'm ready to enjoy all the great benefits from it. So next up is Tracy Stephan.
Okay, so Let's see if I could describe my skin ever since I've known it. I'm oily, acne prone, really not horribly acne prone, but that time of the month kind of stuff ever since I was a teenager. And honestly, this is the first time that I've ever used a product. I've ever used retinol. I never went to the dermatologist as a kid or anything like that. So I will tell you that this is also the first time that I can truly ever say, I think I love my skin. I've never said that as an oily skin person. So I know that Erica is showing on the screen that we've got all of the products that I used before, but just know this. I use Combination to Oily Miracle Set plus all of the supplements and all of the masks that we had available to us, plus my Skin Vigorate cleansing brush, okay? I every day use that brush, would never miss it because my skin would just feel gross if I did. After using the retinol, what I will tell you is I still am only using the cleanser and the moisturizer. Now at nighttime, I do add the nourishing oil. It's all over my face. It's okay, Erica, you can put it up. But I did already use, I did add the nourishing oil just to be a little bit more moisturized. I will tell you this, I am not normally sensitive to anything. Like I can use new products and usually I don't have any issues. I did have a little trouble with the repair though. I would get a lot of cystic acne with that. So I stuck with the Miracle Set. With that being said, I will tell you to follow the directions. Some of the things that I experienced along the way initially when you're only doing it once a week with the milk, and I did do that, and I really maybe felt slight tingle, but not a big deal. As I increased the usage though, I really did dry out. So I am going to tell you, I would say I'm no longer oily. I had some issues right here. If I don't drink enough water and I've used the retinol the next day, my lips actually peeled and would crack, and I would get it really dry right there. And I've had some issues on this eye in particular. I had one of those little pieces of skin, actually it's almost gone, but I do have a little sensitivity there. Now I did stop using the milk, only maybe on the dry patches I use it a little bit, but I stopped using it everywhere because I was experiencing some breakouts. Right now, I'm using it for sure 2 times a week, if not 3. And I think if there's anything from my testimonial that I'll wrap up with here, okay, I was using this product and I knew that it was working because you can see my before and after pictures. I show you with and without makeup in these. I just felt like my overall appearance of my skin, especially with makeup, looked really good. So I thought, oh yeah, this stuff is definitely working. I really like this. And then I had a couple of my friends say, oh my gosh, what are you, people that didn't know it, because we had to have it was a secret, saying, what are you using? I did have a couple of people ask me. And when I really knew is when I did the Skin Analyzer app. So I took my pictures from when we first got that app back in April. Thank you for putting that up. And then I did it Friday, just this past Friday. And you guys, all of my bars, except for underneath my eyes, because you can't use the eye cream. Anyway, while you're using it, you have to be really careful. You can use it, but anyway, I was careful. So they're all the way over to the green. I've never had that. I was so excited and so sold out after I saw them face to face. So I'm going to recommend to you that if you've not done that, oh my gosh, do your Skin Analyzer pictures now. And then when you've used the product and when you see them side by side, that's when I think you really fall back in love with that product. Okay. All right, you guys, you are in for a great night. So I am now going to turn it over to the amazing Cheryl Honesty.
Everybody, Tracy, that was such a wise idea about doing the Skin Analyzer app before and after, along with your before and after picture, because I must tell everybody, true confession, I didn't do my before and after picture. I used the treatment, the retinol, for 8 weeks. I loved it. I loved the way it made my skin feel soft and it made it feel smooth. I didn't notice anything more about anti-wrinkles or fewer wrinkles. However, I have these little lines here that I inherited from my father, and I still want to work on them. So I'm restarting my treatment. And 3 weeks ago, I restarted and took my before picture and Skin Analyzer. So I'm going to follow Tracy's idea to do the Skin Analyzer first to get that scientific designation beyond what we just see, and to see what difference it makes in my skin. But I want to talk a little bit about myths around African-American skin, because I know there might be some ladies out there who might think, well, I don't need that because we don't age quickly. In fact, we age 10 years. Our aging, I guess, is shown 10 years delayed from our lighter skin friends. But retinol is good for your skin because, and I'm reading this, retinol stimulates collagen production, It reduces hyperpigmentation because we have a tendency to get that with different spotting and different colors in areas of our skin. It reduces fine lines and wrinkles, large pores, and helps to minimize acne scarring. So it is good for all skin types because skin is skin, and that's what's very important. Now, because of the melanin in our skin, that helps our skin look younger longer, but eventually, time, the environment, the sun, everything will impact our skin. So we still want to use a product that helps us look more youthful, because I'm of a more interesting age, and you will never know how my age, because I look cute, right? Okay. And so therefore you want to try this product and introduce it to your customers assertively, because you never know who will respond from what type of results. And the only way they'll know is to try it before they buy it, or test before they invest, and actually try the product and see what results. I never thought I would use a retinol product, but my skin feels softer and smoother. I do have a friend who used it, and she told me that she was so anxious to see the results that would be promised. And so she advanced her retinization process and did what she's supposed to do in week 7 and 8, in weeks 2 and 3 and 4, and she felt a lot of irritation on her skin. So let's follow Mary Kay's instruction and do exactly what it said to do, and follow the instructions in that retinization product. We'll get it together. Retinization process is very, very important. And I think I was supposed to introduce Tracy next, so I'm not sure who's following me.
Christy's following you. So I'm going to pull Christy up. I'm going to unmute her, and I will take you. Okay.
Hey, guys. Well, I am going to be here to represent the more acne-prone person. I will tell you my age, because I feel like some of you maybe don't know me. You just might want to have an idea of where I'm coming from, but I'm 43 and take pretty good care of my skin. Been using Mary Kay since college. And so it was hard for me to be someone who was releasing some of my supplements, because I do love Microderm. I do love my charcoal mask. I am a huge fan of the vitamin C lifting serum. And so I had to release all of that. And I will say I had some panic, like what will happen if I'm not using all of my supplements. But prior to the retinol, I was on the Miracle set, the full combination to oily. I do break out pretty regularly. I have since high school. And so I was a little apprehensive, but I have heard that also retinol is good for acne prone skin. I'm also going to say, of everyone that's on, I probably had the most problems. So I might represent the acne prone person, but I also represent the person who doesn't always read directions carefully. And I feel like you're going to have some customers who are acne prone or who also don't read directions very carefully. So I was still doing my charcoal mask from time to time, because I was teaching skincare classes and going live on my customer Facebook page and teaching those classes, and didn't want to give up that charcoal because I was teaching it. And so I would, even though I was following the steps by week to week that Mary Kay suggested, I was a little more sensitive on the days that I had charcoal mask. So I would recommend that you truly follow it exactly how Mary Kay says, and take away those supplements to give your skin that time to not have any extra irritation to it or any extra treatments. And I did have a lot of redness and peeling where my skin appears to be a little thinner. So around the outside corners of my nose, around my mouth, and under around the outside of the eye. So you do need to be careful to use just one pump, because there were times that I over squirted and did 2 without thinking, because I'm used to pumping my serum C. And so you really, truly just need one pump. So make sure that you follow all of the directions and do that. And I will say you need SPF with this product. Retinol is something that you should do at night, not when you're going to be exposed to the sun. And I did have an incident. In a second, Erica will put up my pictures, but we were outside in October on a beautiful sunny day. It was chilly, still kind of cool outside. So I had a stocking cap on at a cross country meet, but I had not taken the time to put any SPF on in the morning, because before the retinol period, I was using my Miracle Set. And because I was having a little bit of peeling and flaking, I had switched to the Repair Cleanser and the Oil-Free Hydrating Gel, because it's a great moisturizer for oily skin and it's very moisturizing. So it was the only thing for me that kind of helped relieve any of the peeling that had come from the retinol process, which Mary Kay had told us could happen. But I went to the track meet. I was outside for about 4 hours, and later that evening, several hours later, I could feel my face getting really hot and tingly. We were carving pumpkins, so I know it was around Halloween. And my husband said, "What is going on with your face?" And I went in the mirror, and you can see on my pictures, it was almost like I had a true chemical burn or really bad sunburn, and it tingled and had a hot sensation. That night, obviously, I did not use the retinol, but continued with my oil-free hydrating gel. And the next day, it was completely fine. It did not stay red, but you do need to use SPF if you're going to be out in the day. Even if you're just using the retinol at night, which you're supposed to do, it can cause a reaction. So I was careful after that. I continued to follow the steps. Because I am more acne prone, I think I was having breakouts a lot in the beginning, because you're only using it once a week and then you're using it twice a week in the first month. And my skin, just no matter what product I introduce that's new, that Mary Kay launches, until my skin adjusts, I break out. I will have some acne. And so every time I would use the retinol, I typically was getting a pimple or two that week. So, but once I got my skin adjusted and I followed the full 8-week process and was regularly using the retinol, I was definitely having less breakouts because my skin had adjusted to it. So, I was committed to stick it out. I know that maybe someone would give up having a lot of those situations, the acne, the peeling, and that incidence with the sunburn. But I really knew that I had heard a lot of people using it and it was working, and I was committed to the process. And I can definitely feel a difference in the texture of my skin, the softness, and I am totally in love and thankful that I followed through and stuck it out. So I just want you to be aware, because you're going to have customers who may not want to tell you all of these issues. And so as you're yourself using it, and as you have customers using it, that you're following up, that you're walking through that with them, and just giving them a heads up of some of the things that could happen, just so you know. But I am so thankful that I did it. Like, my skin feels every day like it feels right after I do the microdermabrasion. So that's just my little testimony. And I'm going to throw it off to Vicki next.
Hey guys, super excited to share with you my journey through this retinol process. Well, first of all, let me start with what type of skin. Let me describe my skin. I normally use just the Miracle Set. I do a combination of the normal to dry formulas and the combination of oily formulas. So I had used the supplements and everything prior, but I do have very sensitive skin when it comes to certain products. So I'm always, when Mary Kay has something new, I'm always a little cautious with trying it because I'm unsure. So when this came, I was kind of like, I'm not really sure what it's going to do. So when the first time that I used it, I actually used the milk I added a little bit of extra milk because I can be super sensitive. So I stopped all the products except for my Miracle Set, added extra milk, and I, of course, applied it. The next day, I was like, this feels amazing. I love it. I wish I could use it again. But I stuck with the regimen that Mary Kay asked us to do. And by weeks 2 to 5, I did have some different irritations. So I was seeing different, I wouldn't say it was burning sensations, but it would be a day or so after I used the retinol, it would be irritated. If I used a washcloth on my face, I could feel it just felt very sensitive. It tingled, it burned a little bit. Now, here's the crazy part. My eyelids, this was so crazy. I have really sensitive eyelids to the point where like I have to be careful what kind of cotton round pads that I use. And so with that being said, even though we never use the retinol around our eyes, I never did. I was very cautious. I washed my hands after I used the retinol so I didn't accidentally touch somewhere else. I would get like my eyelids were burning when I would apply my makeup. And so with that, I was like, what's going on? And it must have been like washing the product off the next morning. So I would use the milk on my eyelids at night to just kind of calm them down. And I was just being really careful in that area. Now, that has went away after probably week 7 or 8. That did go away. I had some irritation like around this area. I had a little bit of peeling. One thing that I got that I was like, what's going on? I got some discoloration in my skin, like blotchy. I was like, this is kind of strange, but I just kept rolling with it. And I just stuck to it. And just kept using it. I did use the milk. I still continue to use the milk, and I would use the milk in between. So when my skin felt a little irritated, I would use the milk. I did not know at the time you could actually put it over your makeup, but I was using it every time that I, with the retinol, after the retinol, in between, I definitely would use it. And I added some things in because one day I forgot to go ahead and put the milk on after I put my moisturizer on. I totally forgot the milk. And I was like, oh no. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. We're like at week 7. We should be good. Well, what happened was about a day or 2 later, my skin was like a raisin. It was so dry. It was like shriveled up. I was like, oh my goodness. So I hurried up and I switched out my moisturizers to normal to dry. I added the nourishing oil into my night cream. I used gel renewal mask to just really hydrate my skin. And I continued to use the naturally oil every night. I still continue to use that in my moisturizer. And now I have started to add things back in. And so I've used the Serum Plus C. I've done some microderm. Now I have to be a little bit careful because some days the microderm, the second step kind of irritates a little bit. And then but I've done the charcoal mask, I've done a biocellulose mask. So I've just been adding things in, and I've been continually doing the retinol about 2 to 3 times a week. I have noticed like a super softness in my face. I also did the Skin Analyzer app and was really surprised in some of the areas. I had some fine lines and wrinkles across my forehead that really diminished that I thought maybe, but I wasn't really sure. So Erica put the picture up. So you can see just from using that. And I was like, oh, I think so. And luckily I had some before and afters and I was able to get those too. So I would say stick to the regimen. It's amazing how it feels, and it does work over time, and I've been able to add things back in. So, and you can see on my chart the things that have moved more towards the green for sure since we first got that Skin Analyzer app in April when we started really using it. So that's kind of my testimonial. So if somebody who has sensitive skin, you just want to make sure that you do follow up with them, that you do, maybe suggest things, different things like that, ask lots of questions with them because I was still able to use it. I still use the milk though afterwards. I definitely still use the milk. So that's kind of my testimonial, and I am going to get ready to turn it over to Taina. Yay!
Thanks, Vicki. So a little bit about my skin before. I would describe my skin as normal with some oily spots. I have I'll share, I am 45 years old and I love the sun. So because I love the sun, when our repair set came out, it was for me, I use all of the, before these Clinical Solutions, I was using the entire repair set and the Skin Vigorate brush, plus the, what I would do is kind of, if you've heard of like the Hydra session where you incorporate once to twice a week, the different supplements like the microderm, charcoal mask, the facial peel, the replenishing gel mask. So I was already using everything Mary Kay, right? So then it came to the Clinical Solutions. I started on September 19th. My husband is a diplomat in Canada. So he lives in Canada, and I was thrilled because for 6 weeks, the boys and I, because we were learning remotely, were able to join him in Canada. And so it arrived the night before we left. So I was like, yes, I'll be able to use this. So I took it with me. I started the 19th that night. And my skin was, I have some visible pores. And then I also have some acne scarring. And then sometimes what you'll see in beige and bronze skin is you'll see some, hyperpigmentation or differentiation in pigmentation. So for me, the way that my skin is without makeup is that my eyelids and this area tends to be a lot darker than the rest of my skin. In part, the repair and all of those products help in evening skin tone, but I can attest to the fact that I have seen a lot better results since using the Clinical Solutions in my skin tone itself. Like, still my eyes are a little darker, but after using it for 4 months, my pores were a little smaller. I have a little bit of acne scarring that had the lighter ones are diminished, are gone. And a little bit of fine line. So I love it. Now, here's the thing, kind of like Christy, where she said, you want to make sure that your customers are reading all the instructions. I just get super excited. See, if you know anything about the DISC, my personality is IC. So I like all the details, but I like to jump in too. So I jumped in, took it with me. I did start, I did follow very carefully the entire, the way it's laid out. So weeks 1 and 2, you use it twice a week. You apply the retinol it's diluted. So you mix the retinol and the milk in your hand and then apply it. So it dilutes the retinol a little bit. Like that I did follow. What happened to me was while we were one day on a weekend, we decided to go to, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Mont Blanc in Canada. It's a beautiful area. We hiked up this mountain, and I forgot to wear my SPF because when I started doing the Clinical Solutions, I switched my moisturizer from the Time Wise Day to Intense Moisturizing Cream. So the pink jar, because my skin was a little sensitive, but I was peeling. And so the Intense Moisturizing Cream is what I switched to. Went up a mountain on a beautifully sunny day and came down, was driving home. And I was like, why does my skin feel so tight? I couldn't understand. I looked in the visor mirror and my skin, it looked like leather. Like I don't know if you've ever had a windburn or anything like that. I don't tend to sunburn, but whoa. So it was hot. It was red. It was not cute. I don't have a picture of it. I didn't even think to get a picture of it. But later on, I realized it's because I hadn't put the SPF in our CC cream was not enough for the sun with the retinol, with using the Clinical Solution set. So I do recommend what everyone has shared. What I would also share is what got me through it to continue to use it was the fact that I was connected with directors that were using, that were going through it with me. So something as beauty consultants that we can do is that we can create groups, right? We can encourage our customers to be part of a group so that they can support each other. They could share with us what their skin is going through. My lips were super dry. I never put the Clinical Solution product on my lips, but I mean, you're not recommended to put it around here. That's the part I didn't read, but my lips were much drier. Once I got through, and I used the Skin Vigorate Sonic brush in the evenings. On the first setting, my skin was able to still be able to use it in the evening, which helped with the peeling, but I wasn't able to use it in the morning. I love the fact that after the 8 weeks, I increased the time. So 4 months later, I am using the retinol and the facial milk combination every other day. So I continue to use it. I absolutely love it. And I have or like I shared before, the results, I love the way my skin looks. I don't even mind as much. I've even been daring enough for me to start doing some social media posts without makeup because I really am happy with the results. So I definitely encourage everyone, as you're thinking about how you're going to roll this out, as you're having conversations with your directors, I don't know what to call it, like a support group. I don't want to call it a support group, but some sort of like clinical trial group that you could put your customers in, because knowing that other people were having some sort of similar reaction was amazing for me and encouraged me to continue to do it and kind of get over that hump, which I'm thrilled with. So I hope that that helped you. And I have the pleasure of introducing, I believe it's Kathy.
Yes.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey. Hi. Wow, thank you, everyone. Oh my gosh, I have learned so much already just from the directors that, I mean, we've talked, we've been in Boxer groups and stuff, but I have even learned more. So thank you so much, directors. I would like to say that I kind of have had a smooth transition into this product. My skin was always combination, like growing up, I was combination. And then somewhere along the line, you know, as I'm aging, my skin is kind of normal to combo now, I would say. So I wasn't really quite sure how it would be as far as like the dryness. When I was young, I went to the dermatologist and got some kind of retinol cream, Retin-A, I think they called it. And I remember that being very, you know, it would just dry out my skin. And of course, they just give you the cream and then you're on your way. So I wasn't quite sure how this would be with my skin. But I back up a little. I was using the Time Wise Repair, the complete set, like for years. I've used it, like all of it, the wrinkle filler, all the supplements, you know, the peel, the charcoal mask, the microdermabrasion. I mean, I love it all. So I would like rotate that around, and I would use a sonic brush at night. So that's when I would use it. So then when we got this product, first off, I want to say thank you, Mary Kay. My gosh, they had this big announcement for us to go on and, you know, watch this video. They were going to announce a new product. And then, oh my gosh, it came like the next day. It was coming to us in the mail or UPS, and we were super excited about it. So kudos to Mary Kay for how they rolled the product out to us, because we were like jazzed and we could not believe we got it so quickly. So just a perk for being a director, when there's something new, you get it really soon. So anyway, so I started using my week like 1 through 4, I use the Time Wise Repair cleanser and the day cream, and I use the eye cream. And I used a washcloth. I didn't use my sonic brush. And then I would use the oil-free hydrator as I needed. Because I found with using the retinol, when, you know, at the beginning, at least 1 through 4, I was getting some little bit of dry patch. Not anything that you would see, like if we were just looking at each other. But at night when I'd be taking off my eye makeup, remember something, I'm like, oh, it was dry between my eyes, or maybe a little bit on my cheek. So I would use the oil-free hydrator, and, you know, I just kind of kept on going through this. And then week 4 through 8, I added, and I really missed using the lifting serum. I missed the Time Wise Repair night cream. So I added all those, and I was so happy to have them back, and the wrinkle filler and the charcoal mask. And I always use the pore minimizer in the morning as well on my skin because I have large pores. So I brought all those things back, and I've had no problem at all, none. And then after week 8, or I might have even, I don't know, maybe even waited a little bit longer, I added the microdermabrasion, the first step back. And oh my gosh, I missed that so much. So I was just doing that on other days, and then using the retinol, you know, kind of every other. And I brought back the sonic brush. I will say I haven't used it every night yet, but probably every other night, because I'm just kind of going, you know, a little slow with it. But the one product I have not brought back yet is the peel, the facial peel. So I'll have to bring that back. The skin analyzer, with all this prep for today, I did take my, I did my skin analyzer, and I don't know, when I did it before, I guess I didn't save it, so I didn't have anything to compare it to, but I'm going to continue to use this product. And I think Celine said maybe she's using it 5 or 6 or 7 times a week now. So if I mine to every day, and then do the skin analyzer again. So I'm excited about that. But when I was, I had a consultant ask me, well, what does it target? What can I tell my customers about it? And I thought, okay, very easy to remember. For me, I go wrinkles, spots because I have spots and they're getting lighter, and firmness. So if you think it's going to target wrinkles, spots, firmness, right? So that's a great way to explain it to your customers. I feel like when I use it at night, my skin is radiant. It is like glowing and it's very, very soft. And I just love it. I can't wait to use it when it's, my every other day for that. Something interesting about the milk, back in the day, Mary Kay said, if you were at a party and somebody had a reaction to a product, then have the hostess go in the refrigerator and get out milk and have the potential customer, the guest, put it all over their face. So the milk would soothe the face. So that was back I heard this like 25, 30 years ago. And so now they have something that is milk in a jar. It's so fun. And I have put this on, in between times too. If I'm feeling a little dry and it's not the day, I'll bring this back on and put it on my face as well. Another thing about the milk is I was talking to a customer and she's like, oh my gosh, you're going to start having a milk. And I said, yes. She said, I've been buying a milk from another company. Some other company, skincare company, has a milk and she has been buying it from them. And so she is really excited to try our product. So anyway, I am super excited about this. I hope you are too. And I think it's just so fun to have a new product because we just get a reason to call all our customers, right, Erica? And we just are like, yes, something new. So thank you. Thank you for being on tonight. Thank you.
Hey. Oh my gosh. Are you guys overwhelmed with all of the information? Wasn't this just amazing? I'm going to encourage you to, if you have any questions, to put them in the comments because we're going to pull everyone back on in just a few minutes and let them, if you have specific people you want to ask questions to, specific directors that spoke to you, maybe have the same skin as they do, or you have questions, go ahead and put those on. Tyene is going to be helping us with those too, so we can help answer those as best we can. We won't make it a long drawn out process, but we'll take a few minutes for some Q&As. But I wanted to remind you about a few things before we pull everyone back on. But just a big applause to these directors for sharing their experiences with this product. So remember, it is featured in the lookbook. If you were the smart businesswoman, which I know you all were, and you ordered the lookbooks for your clients, it will be featured in there. And then the tracker will go along with it. So you probably heard everyone talk about how important it was to track it. So that is in there. Okay. So I want to let you know a few things. We talked about the bling badge. So the bling badge is something, and someone asked, what do you do with the bling badge? Okay. I do know that if you have a bling badge for, there's one for skincare that you can do. There's one for makeup, for color that you can do. And now there's one here and I think there's even a legal one that you can do. And then there's one for clinical solutions. So these badges actually can go on your website. But then also whenever we get to go to events again, we have badges that the company produces for us. And when we do Career Conference, you can print them out and have them at home. But there'll be a little badge on your bling, there'll be a little bling on your badge that'll say that you're a clinical solutions consultant, that you went through the training. So that's what that means. Again, I would encourage you to go through that. This is hands-on. I always say it's the women that are in the trenches using the product. And then the Mary Kay is all the legalese, derma, cosmetics, use all those really you high C personalities will love all this information, right? So I think it's always great to have a mix of both. Okay. So the bling badge, that's for sure. And we saw some people that were already earned theirs and already did all the work. That's awesome. We want to give you a challenge from this. We want to challenge you tonight to go to the Skin Analyzer app. You saw the awesome results that Tracy had and Vicki had from the Skin Analyzer. And for you to take a picture, wash your face tonight, take a picture with the Skin Analyzer app and then send it to your director so that when you get this product in, you can start using it and even use that as an example to show your clients. How about when you get this in? Okay, so some of you may know, I don't even know if we're supposed to tell you right now, but this cat's been out of the bag for who knows how long, right? Okay, so the big day is January 26th, that everyone in all of the company, not just directors, can order this product. So I'm going to show it to you again. Here is the set. This is what it looks like when you can order it, right? You at least want one for you, right? And who knows how many more that you'll be able to sell. I want to talk to you about limits really quickly. The set retails for $120, okay? There are no limits on the set. You can order the set together. There are no limits. The retinol retails for $78. There's a limit of 5 of those separately. The milk retails for $50. There's a limit of 5 of those separately. And the milk is also coming in a mini. And the mini is $3. And then there's no limit to that. Okay, so aren't you all excited, right, that you get to order on January 26th? And the directors, we just can't wait to check our numbers come that day. We're very, very excited because we know all 81 of you are going to be running and ordering at least 1, maybe 2. I mean, who knows? You might just go wild and crazy and order 3, right? Okay, so before we open it up to the rest of the directors, I wanted to talk about one other thing quickly. I think it's really interesting, especially if those of you have goals on earning your consultant, the unit court, for your directors, or the princess court from Mary Kay. So I'm going to show this to you. This profitability. This is so interesting if you look at this, right? So that first little drop down is if you just sell 1 miracle set, you have 1 miracle set customer. Now, y'all know you'll at least have 1 of those, right? And then you have 1 clinical solutions client. So 1 of each. I mean, you could do that without doing a thing, right? You could have 1 of each. Your profit for the year would be $345. And this is the data that's based on someone who's using the product, and it's about 3 reorders of the sets throughout the year, right? Pretty awesome. So you can see the difference. I don't need to read the levels to you, but just check out. It's January, right? It's a brand new year. Just check out if you had 25 miracle set clients and 25 clinical solutions clients. That'll be a little bit of some work there, right? Like, got to get the product into people's hands and trying it. But just look at the profit from simply having skincare clients. That is amazing. That's an amazing profit of $8,600 for part-time work, right? So it's pretty amazing, the possibilities of this skincare set. And having, like we say, Vicky is master at her clients, right? Deep and wide clients. I really feel like you've been saying and you've been hearing that we're going to have to work with our clients on this product, but the results speak for themselves. So if you had 1 or 2, 5 clinical solutions clients that are spreading the word because people are asking them what happened to their skin, just amazing what can happen, right? I think that's all. Let me make sure I said everything I needed to do. Yes. Okay. I am going to pull back all of our directors. I'm going to add them all on here as we say our goodbyes, but also we're going to take a few minutes just to answer any questions that popped up. So, Taina, do we have any in here?
Hey, let me just really quickly. There's one that I know I can answer because the question was posed in Spanish. So this is for Ana Elizabeth. Ana Elizabeth, sí, yo feliz del mundo. Me encantaría compartir contigo y conectar contigo para hablar acerca de esto. Si me podría dejar saber quién es tu directora y también ver cómo podemos conectar, ¿ok? All right, so I'll connect with her later, but
and we'll all just agree. Say yeah. Totally, yes. What else do we have, Taina?
We have, I'm looking at the wrong link here. Okay, so there are a few. Jennifer West asked, if you have dry skin already, would you not use this product?
I can answer that.
Go ahead.
The answer is yes, you would use the product because my skin is dry. So it's for all skin types.
We've got one age range for this product.
As long as you're alive.
I think that one is if you've got skin. Okay, got it.
If you have skin.
Yeah. Trish Harwood asked, is there a reason why everyone switched their moisturizers?
I didn't.
I did.
I
So I
didn't.
don't think everybody did, Trish. I'm sorry. I did because I wanted more of an intense moisture than I was getting even with the repair. That's what my skin needed at the time. So that's why I made the comment that the CC cream when I was on hiking, it wasn't enough. I needed some more. I should have put some more on, but not everybody. Again, and this is what you're going to need to really weigh out. And I hope that seeing all of us here having different experiences helps you kind of wrap your head around that.
Here's a comment that I'm going to show just because, you know, thank you, Amy.
What did she say? Was it something about Erica? I bet it was. It was. Oh, for crying out loud. Moving on, Jane Hoffman asked, wanted to ask about using the lifting serum during this time. She was wondering, should she not use it?
No, continue to use it.
Do you still need the peel with this product?
They
still use the facial peel with it?
They recommend no exfoliation during the retinization process. No exfoliating product.
Lori, I see your question, and that's a great question about pregnant and nursing, and we should address that right now. Anyone who's pregnant or nursing should not be actually using any retinol products. So they should also not be using the repair night cream. It does have retinol in it. Right. So anyone pregnant and nursing is not to be using retinol.
Mm-hmm. Susan G, is this product a temporary use product? Once you see results, should you stop? Or do you continue to use it indefinitely, she asked.
I would suggest that because the things that cause the elements that cause aging, the environment and so forth, sun exposure and so forth, you're going to continue to age as you're alive. So as long as for the improvement of your skin, if you want to continue that improvement, I would continue using it.
And Christy, remind them what you did. Like you just have been using it straight. Like you just stopped playing with it and just went and just did it, right?
Yeah, after about the 8-week point, I just started using it every night and then started re-adding my Serum C back in. I don't use the repair lifting. I use the replenishing Serum C, but because of the vitamin C ingredient, they said it could affect the results, so that we should stop using it while we were introducing our skin. And so I re-added it back just to the morning, and I've been using that between my cleanser moisturizer in the AM and then my retinol between the cleanser moisturizer in the PM.
I think too, what we heard for everyone that's asking these questions, like specific questions, a lot of the answers would be if you did the Bling Badge training, right, and read through the materials. There are so many materials on InTouch, but also the goal to have what you heard here was that even with the materials, people had different experiences based on their skin.
Right.
So you are all awesome businesswomen and very educated and know what your skin is. I think the other piece of this is that you had all of these directors have such different experiences with it. So this is a great culmination of what's gonna happen with your clients too. Right. So this is going to be really a hand-in-hand like relationship with your client. Yep. But just imagine if they have the result that you see all of these directors having, you have clients for life. They're never going to leave. Yeah. Because also the price point, I would challenge you to go do some research and see how much retinol is. And these prices are magnificent. They're astounding based on other ones. So I think the really particular questions will be answered in the materials.
Can I also make a point? This is an opportunity to give A1 customer service. Yeah. And like Erica said, to even bond the relationship with your customer even more so. But keep in mind, we're not dermatologists. Right. And if you have specific customers that have specific needs and questions, besides the material that the company provides to us, don't hesitate to call Dallas and ask. However, you want to make sure they follow directions, but you follow the retinization process also. And that's key. I stopped it because true confession, I was lazy. And I was a creature of habits. I wanted to go back to what I was used to. But now I'm trying to get up again because, like I said, I got to get rid of these.
One quick question, though this one was Kaylin asked, can most of the side effects be covered up with makeup? Because she's thinking of a customer that's in front of the camera often. And so I was like, oh, I don't know. Did anybody have any answer for that one with your experience?
Well, Christy had had the biggest.
Yeah. That really bad reaction that I had was gone by the time I woke up. So, but that is why I specifically used the oil-free hydrating gel for me, because it helped to conceal and take away that flakiness of the skin that I wasn't getting from my 3D moisturizer. And so then I would just put makeup on every day, even the acne that I would get. And I truly don't believe anyone noticed anything bad was happening to me through that process. And if anything, my skin was looking better overall without just a couple of those little areas. But I continued to wear makeup every day, and it wasn't noticeable what I was going through.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I muted all the directors. We had some feedback, so if you need to talk, just let me know, and I'll unmute you again.
One of the things with dry patches is you can actually put the milk. So the little one you could carry with you through the day, or she could carry with her and put you can put it over your makeup. So if she had some dry patches that she needed to cover, it just easily goes over your makeup.
Yeah.
But then again, Christy, what did you say about the milk?
I felt like the milk made my skin tingle. So, but also I had talked to Jeannie. I had a lot of questions and was just talking to Jeannie about it more specifically, and thought that maybe it was clogging my pores and making me break out more. So that's why I like the oil-free hydrating gel. And I just kind of ditched the milk after the first month when I was mixing it, or diluting it.
For some of you who had customers have been in Mary Kay a while, remember the old classic calming solution? So if any of you are disappointed that was discontinued, the milk could maybe work for them.
Yeah.
Erica, real quick.
Tracy has
Tracy.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing I forgot that I did that you really shouldn't do, or you need to follow the same retinization process, is I'm really bad, you guys, about moisturizing this area. And so I thought, oh my gosh, this retinol stuff works so good. I'm just going to slap it on my neck. And I did it a couple times in 1 week. And I got like a red rash. So I just want you to know, don't do that. Like, I think you can put it there, but you need to follow the process just like you do for your face. And the second thing I think none of us really mentioned, and hopefully you read this in the directions, you do need to wash your hands after you use it. So that they stress that is super important.
No, and Tracy, thank you, because that was a question somebody had asked. Could you put it on your neck and your hands? So yeah, thanks.
What was your last one, Taina? Oh, Vicky,
that's the one. That's the one I was going to ask. Tracy read my mind.
You can do it on your neck. You just have to go through the retinization period on your neck. So don't think, oh, my neck is a different skin. It's different. It's thicker. I'm just going to go put it on. You can do it because we read that at our meeting one night that you can, but you have to go through the retinization period still, that 8 weeks with it.
Yes. So if you have more specific questions, of course, reach out to your director. I will tell you, directors, I don't know if you saw, we had like over 90 people on at once on this. I appreciate all of the directors taking the time to, educate all of you. We will be anxiously awaiting for you all to place your orders on the 26th, so you get to try it before and afters, right? It's the 26th. But be sure tonight, wash your faces and take that picture, that challenge that we're giving to you, and send it to your director. What an amazing testimony in 8 weeks or in 12 weeks after you have it, and you've been working through the process. And you'll have your own testimony too. And just know that this YouTube link will be here. I would not say that you're going to promote it and send it off to your clients. This is, for Mary Kay consultants and just us. But it is there for you to re-listen. And if you want to go back and check it out, what we talked about too, please feel free to do that.
And then to say yay for our National Sales Director Emeriti. She enjoyed listening to our expertise. So thank you, Team
Susan. Yay. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Have wonderful live meetings if you have them. And of course, if you have any more questions, go ahead and reach out to your director. See everybody. Bye.
Bye.